Hey everybody, this is my son Lane. He has cerebral palsy and he is 25 years old. So we have been using the Vox socks for about 2 years. He's got these cool blue polka dotted ones. When we first put the socks on Lane, he had very cold feet. Always felt very wet to touch, very cold. Probably about 24 hours into wearing the socks, lane circulation improved drastically. So he wears the socks pretty much 24/7, which has really helped with the circulation. Because my pain has been helped so much, I assume that he probably feels better, but he can't tell us how he feels. A new thing with Lane is that we have been wearing the Neurovax immune patch for about a month now. And 24 hours after we put the first patch on, Lane was in the hospital. He was having a little bit of bleeding with his feeding tube area. And while I was learning about the patch and listening to a video how the patch optimizes your blood and helps to boost your immune system, we had received information from the doctors that a blood test that Lane had taken just previous had turned out to be normal. Whereas a couple days earlier, his blood white cell count was high, his platelets were low, and we hadn't done anything different. So I was quite shocked that his results were normal. So you wear the immune patch on your arm. A couple weeks into wearing the patch, I noticed when I went to put him in bed one night that I always go to lift up his leg and I prop up his heel onto a pillow. And when I went to lift up his leg, I nearly hyperextended his knee because normally I have to grab his leg and just, pull it very hard. And when I first did that and noticed that his limbs were so loose, I was shocked. Now he's going to talk to all of us. Another thing is normally his arms are like little chicken wing arms, and when we have to put deodorant on and lift up his arms, it's normally you have to use two hands just to pull his arm up. Now when we grab his arm, it's very, very loose. Lane's hands are always in fists, and so now it's very, very easy to open up his hand. He's had a contracture on this hand, and it's been quite deformed. And normally you can't even begin to straighten the hand out. And now it's normally way back like this. And now you can straighten his hand out. I stopped putting hand splints on Lane years ago because his hands were so tight. And so I'm just shocked at what the patch has actually done for him. His arms, can be easily lifted, even with one hand on his leg, where before to move any of his limbs, it was next to impossible. So Lane has had a dozen probably surgeries on all of his limbs, muscle lengthening. He's had his hips done a few times. He's been in body casts, casts on his legs. They've had to break his arm in one spot and put a plate in just because of the tight spastic muscles. So we are thrilled with the results. And I just want to say that if this is what it can do for Lane after 25 years of very spastic, tight muscles, I just believe that this product can help everybody.